up, fam? How's it going? It is Sunday night when I am making this. We're doing our Oracle forecast for the week. How's everybody's weekend been? Mine was pretty crazy at work. If you have tried to message me or comment or anything of that nature, I probably haven't answered you. I'm sorry. It's been just a very busy weekend, and like work has been busy from like the moment until like I get home. I still feel like I'm in a hurry. So I'm just like getting in late and then doing it all over again, and just kind of relaxing in between a little bit. But sorry I haven't been able to answer you, but I do appreciate any message and all of them and all the comments all the time. I love seeing them, which reminds me, I never remember to tell you what to do. We're just raw and real around here. We're fam, right? So, yeah, I always forget to tell you to subscribe to my channel. My name is Liz Taylor. We're here to do spiritual stuff, readings, talk spirituality, philosophize a little bit, shoot the shit, get caught up, that stuff. But yeah, so subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it. Share with your friends. Save for later. Like, comment, follow, I don't know, turn on notifications. I have an email list sign up in my video description. I haven't sent out any emails in a while, but when I do, they're actually really good. I consider my email list kind of like my version of like a little zine. Like I'm like the little editor getting my newsletter out, and get really into like the photography and the fonts and all that stuff. And it's really cute. I just haven't sent one out in a while, so at least you don't get bombarded, right? Okay, so where am I? What are we doing? I'm going to settle in. All right, Oracle of Oddities. What are you going to tell us this week? What do we need to know for our highest good so that we can begin to realize and embody our potential to taste life as it would be if we could really live as that higher self? What can we do to avoid our usual shortcomings, rise above our subconscious patterning, overcome our self-defeating tendencies and insecurities? How do we know what's good? All right, so let's see what our first card was. Ooh, feel. What are we going to be feeling? Probably all kinds of things. There's a lot of planetary movements coming up and going on. We're in the shadows of a Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde in Gemini, so it's like double emphasis on Mercury. So lots of communication, really fast movement, a lot of things morphing and shifting, mutable kind of energy. But yeah, so really feel your feelings. If you don't, they're just going to like store themselves in your body somewhere. So it's best to feel them. Feel happy, feel joy. It's so many people suffer from foreboding joy. And it's like, oh, I don't want to feel happy because there's something horrible like waiting for me just around any corner at any moment. The road will get ripped out or whatever. And so you think that you're doing yourself a favor by fortifying yourself in sort of like this like anxious anticipation and, dress rehearsing tragedy. And Brene Brown writes about this. She actually used the term or maybe even coined the term foreboding joy. I think she did coin that term. And she does, she did actually say like dress rehearsing tragedy. And it's so true. It's like people go through their minds and they try to plan for and troubleshoot, every possible emergency. And to some degree, it's good to be prepared and to, to be a person that has a plan in your back pocket. But also, you don't want to let it trap you and make you feel caged in and gripped and controlled by that kind of fearful anticipation, because then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you want to focus on what makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good to just have a plan of action and that makes you feel free and more secure, but not like you can just kind of like let it go after that, then great. But if it's like something that it's causing you to obsess over, like, you know, for real, then yeah, maybe that's something worth exploring in yourself. But yeah, feel your feelings. Yeah, let sadness pass. You know, I think a lot of times we're resistant to unpleasant emotions like sadness and anxiety and things like that. But those are usually the ones that are telling us where our highest potential is, because where we have the most power is also where we have where there's the most light, there's also the contrast of the most darkness. So wherever there's the most light, you're also going to be challenged in that area too. And wherever you're challenged, there's the most opportunity to reveal the most light in that area, right? So this next 49 days until some point in June, we're in an opening of time called the Omar, and that is a period of challenging times that help us progress in our soul correction like 8 times faster than usual. So it's a very positive period of time, and it's very beneficial, but it's also very challenging. And so if you are triggered on an emotional basis, feel those feelings and pay attention to them, because that is what's being corrected and healed, so that you can have like the ultimate blessings, the ultimate fulfillment, the ultimate like inner peace, and just like enjoyment in your day-to-day life, like being able to feel fulfilled and and not feel that sense that there's always something missing or something out of place. You know what I mean? So feel and pay attention to your feelings, because they'll give you an indication of what is healing or what kind of needs to be healed or looked at over the next 49 days that's going to help you like shoot off like exponentially in your up leveling in your life. Voice. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord help us. I think, are we going to be talking about our feelings? This is hard for a lot of us. There's just so many feelings, and how do we get them all out? How do we talk about them? Very interesting. So, yeah. Also, in light of the fact that there is that Mercury retrograde that's coming imminently, just be aware that it's best to be really intentional about how you choose the way that you word things or how you approach something. There's a lot of room for misunderstanding and for misinterpretation during a Mercury retrograde. So just be mindful of that and compassionate and gentle, you know. Feelings can be all over the place, flying high. All right, so voice. Also, you know, don't be afraid to use your voice, you know? Don't be shy. Maybe the world needs to hear something that you have to say, or somebody next to you. It could be like one person that you work with, like, hears you, you know, just owning something, and it makes them feel like they're, you know, they have permission to do that, or it makes them feel inspired, right? So don't be afraid to use your voice. You have it for a reason, and your voice is unique to you. You have your own experiences and your own perspectives and your own hermeneutic lens of life that no one else in the world has. And so your voice is valuable, and people, you know, if you have something to say, it needs to be heard by somebody. Manifest. Okay, I see where this is going. So I love this. This is the perfect formula unfolding for manifestation as well. So manifest, you see this person, they're dreaming, they have like trees sprouting from their mind, like ideas, and birds just nesting there because they're so inviting, and everything's just growing and blooming and really taking shape. The big transformation is bringing new growth, very good things on the way and happening. So the basic formula of manifestation is feel the feeling of having it and feel worthy and feel deserving and feel excited and feel certain that it's already on the way and feel grateful and feel the sense of having it. You know, we were talking about don't do anything from fear, lack, or doubt. Know that everything that's yours is already yours. It's just that you haven't needed it yet, not genuinely, or else you would have it, right? Or, you know, it just wasn't the right time, or like, you know, it just hasn't come up yet. So everything that's yours is yours. And the moment that you know that you have everything and that you are everything and that you're completely whole and that you lack for nothing, then it's yours and it manifests. So feel the feeling of having your manifestation. Speak your manifestation into being, meaning you are speaking life into that manifestation. You are saying what you want. You are saying clearly what you want. Speaking something into being. You want to be clear. You want to be choosy about the words. Like, you don't want to focus on like, oh, I want something because I don't have it yet kind of thing. You want to be careful. You want to be like, oh, I'm so excited that, you know, this is getting closer and closer. Or I'm so excited that, you know, about how, you know, much enjoy. Like, focus on the having and not the lack, right? Be careful about how you be, or I would say be intentional about the language that you use as you're speaking your manifestation into being, and you're speaking blessing and life to it and abundance. And yeah, so feel, voice, and manifest. Do you feel it? Do you believe it? Can you name it? Can you claim it? Televangelist. Yeah, that made me think of something. Oh yeah, abracadabra. Those are legitimate magic words, and they're Aramaic. Ooh, knowledge. That's ancient wisdom, Aramaic, Kabbalah, Hebrew culture, all kinds of deep hidden wisdom there. So knowledge. Yeah, I think that in the midst of all of these things happening, and in the midst of this transformation that we've gone through, and in the midst of having been through this Passover and Easter season, I think that like all of this light that's come in, all of these downloads, the reason why we're going through these challenges is so that we can take all of that light, all of that potential, all of that energy, and it blossoms and it grows. It's planted like a seed, and it grows into wisdom and knowledge and understanding of our lives, the inner workings of our lives, the comings and goings, you know, how these decisions that we make in a moment-to-moment basis lead to the next thing, and one thing leads to another. You know, we get a better scope and view and perspective about how the pieces of our lives are fitting together. So yeah, all of these challenges are really just playing out for you to become more of yourself and to shed more layers that aren't really you anymore, or layers of negativity that you're transcending. And so with that comes understanding of not only yourself in your own life, but your own self on a deeper level, and more understanding of the people around you, or more of an understanding nature, being curious and inquisitive for them to help you understand them, and don't make assumptions about them, I guess. Yeah, and also just knowledge of like the cosmos and the universe. Like, I feel like all of that comes to me when I am like been in a time, been in, you know, transformation and just like deep into a meditative practice, or a spiritual practice, or something that allows me to be enriched through some kind of expression or some sort of action that is also nurturing to me, that helps me get into a trance. Like, for instance, running, or like art, long walks in the woods, things like that. I like to get in that meditative state, and then I'm sort of like just naturally go into a trance, and then I start channeling and stuff. And I think that other people can too. I think that it's just we don't think about it happening when it's happening. But yeah, that's how I end up receiving a lot of knowledge that way. All right, so let's review. Feel, feel your feelings. That reminds me of a Yaz song. There's this one very avant-garde track on Upstairs at Eric's that feel the difference, he keeps saying. Voice, so feel, get clear of your feelings, get comfortable, get settled in with them and feel them to their fullest. Voice what you feel. Feel the feeling of having your manifestation. Say what you want to the universe. Speak up, use your voice, be authentic, speak your authentic truth, speak your manifestation into being, and then it will manifest. Love it. You'll have birds landing on you. And then also the whole thing is, it's all manifesting your manifestation, but what comes with it, which is eternal and priceless, is knowledge. Once you know and you live and you know, you cannot unknow. So knowledge is the most valuable. It's the most priceless. King Solomon valued wisdom over all other things. And you can say a lot of, point out a lot of pretty like rough stuff about old Solomon, but you know, he had some good things going for him too. And he was like super wise, and he was an astute Kabbalist and all that. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, I think it's going to be a good week. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be a real good week as long as you feel your way and speak your way into a good week. Don't let your moods dictate you, you know, allow yourself to have the mood, but don't let it affect your whole day. Don't let it affect your, you know, the other people's day around you, right? You can choose. You can choose to have the mood, and you can choose to just hold on loosely and just let it go, and be willing to get out of the bad mood if you're in a bad mood, you know? All right. I feel good about this. I feel real good. Good night. Bye. Good afternoon, whatever time of day it is when you are watching, wherever you are. Signing off. Ciao.